So it is July 28th. And I'm doing my 4-mile ride, which I used to think it was 1 mile from my house, but I found out that it's actually 2 miles from my house. So when I would go through here once, this 4-mile trail, I was actually doing 8 miles the time I got home. And earlier I rode through here this morning, and I rode through it twice, which makes it 8 miles, and 2 miles from home and 2 miles back made it 12 miles. But I'm not doing anything tonight, and I thought it's a nice cool evening here, so I thought I would go for a little ride before it gets dark. The sun is actually starting to set, and usually the riders that usually ride through here are usually gone by now, or they're hanging out. But so I don't have to really rush, just take my time and enjoy the nature. I was listening to YouTube on my way here, and I did clamp my GoPro on my helmet, because I'm in a habit now of using a helmet. I've crashed too many times, and luckily I never did anything to my head. It was always my arm or my knee or my hip or something. So now I'm wearing a helmet when I ride, which makes my head sweat, and my head's not used to that, but it's better than cracking it open. So that's what I do. I've noticed a lot of baby deer fawn this year. These deer in this woods really went breeding this spring, and we may even see some of them, possibly. And I'll be honest, I am kind of tired because I rode earlier, but it's a nice cooler evening, and I wanted to get out. I got everything at the house I need to do done, and I thought, well, let's go for a little ride. Normally I can see my GoPro, it's on my helmet, so I'm hoping that it's straight still, so you're seeing what I'm seeing. So I've been doing a lot of walking, and then in the evening riding, but I end up getting blister right on the middle of my foot because I'm flat-footed, and so I quit walking for a few days till that heals up, and did more riding. So this is kind of making up for my 4 miles of not walking. I usually walk from my house to here, walk around the perimeter, sit down for a little while, chill, and then I head home. But since I'm not walking for a few days, I figured I'll come here and make it up by doing this 8-mile ride, which will put me at 20 miles today once I get home for riding the bike. And I have a little cough because on my way here a bug flew down my throat. And it still tickles a little bit, even though I drank water. And I've said this before, you know, I put this kind of stuff on YouTube for my own personal thing. You know, one day I'm gonna get old, I'll be able to look back and see kind of the things that I used to do in my life. And hopefully when I'm old, I'm still doing it. And anyone who hasn't followed me or watched any of my YouTube over the years, I used to be a pretty heavy guy. One time I was at 245, and I'm down to not around 200. It depends on the day, I guess. Sometimes below 200. But I got to where I started walking a lot, riding bike. I gave up pop. I drink tea, or I drink coffee. I did some fasting to get here, but then I didn't want to lose the muscle that I had, so I ended up buying some dumbbells, and I burn my muscles with them twice a week with that. The rest is pretty much cardio with riding bike and walking and things around the yard. So that's it's a good thing. What really made me gain my weight is I worked at a college for a while, and I got fat there, got lazy, and not having that job anymore was a big blessing, actually, in disguise, because I got something so much more exciting, bigger, and yeah, best thing that ever happened was me not being there. So sometimes when something seems bad at the moment, it's actually an awesome thing later. I always remember that. You know, God shuts one door, he'll open another one. That's true too. And I got bigger other things on the burner going on that I won't talk about right now, but one day you'll all see it, everybody. It's a big thing. Big thing. Not sure how long my battery's gonna last. I haven't used this Session GoPro oh my gosh, maybe a year, or at least since winter, maybe 7 months, 8 months maybe. But I'm gonna do all this for a mile, and then if it lasts till I get home, then good. If not, then that's where the video will end. So I started investing in Bitcoin, getting involved with the crypto type of money to see what happens with that. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Mr. Rabbit running with me. Hello. But we'll see, because I don't know much about it. But I figured, see if I can get on the wagon and see if something good happens with it. And I can smell something over here that didn't live. Ugh. Something met its creator. Here's what they call a Girl Scout camp, which people have seen in my